wisdom seeker. My name is Cassidy. Today I wanted to talk about ancestral wounds. Um, I realized that some of the emotions that I was feeling was definitely coming from ancestors. It's a topic that I didn't really want to look into because I felt like, why would I want to look into ancestral things when I knew there was a bunch of pain there? But then when I realized that I was connected to the pain, that's when I could start honoring my ancestors and work through some of that. And realizing that obviously I was never really disconnected from that, but I was also carrying that along my journey. So the healing work I was doing to repair my emotional body only got me so far. And then when I started to go along the ancestral lines, is when I realized that I also needed to move through some of those heavy emotions and burdens that my ancestors carried along the way. It's almost like being at the head of a river. You have your mother's side and your father's side coming in to the point, and you're at the point, so you have a choice to go left or right or forward. um, and if you choose to go more forward, that's bringing both of the father and mother energies with you. um, and that's a really heavy burden until you work through all of the stuff they left in the human earth plane. And this can go back far, obviously. But each layer that gets healed through the ancestral lines, which is the past behind you, the present is who you are right now, and the future is who you can move into. And you can bring your whole healing family line with you and heal generations that come after you in the future. So it's really powerful work. And the more that I tend to clear the heavy load that my ancestors were carrying and that I am carrying as well, um, I got to a point where I could see kind of what was mine and what seemed deeper. Like, for instance, just healing a sadness and not feeling necessarily sad, but waking up in the morning with a heavy sadness. That's when I realized that it wasn't just me, it was ancestral wounds, ancestral sadness as well. And once I realized that, it helps me understand what karma is. Um, Karma, it wasn't just all my karma, it's karma that I was born with. If you look at the science of epigenetics, it talks about this too, just like how when we're born, we pick up all of the energy that our parents are carrying through body language and mannerisms. It's deeper than DNA. It's also includes epigenetics, so that's a whole nother topic. But um, once I started playing more with that and not taking things so personal, meaning I was thinking it was just me and my karma this lifetime. Um, when you can open up to deeper wounds from what was inherited from your ancestors, you can start healing that. There's lots of ways to heal with that. That's also another deep topic. Um, but the point I want to make is that all the spiritual work and the healing work that you're doing is valid, and that it's not all from you. And that gives you kind of a freedom to not take it so personal. Like, why can't I raise my vibration for manifestation? It gets into, like, it's easy to get into the victim mode when you feel like you've done all this work spiritually to get to a level, but you're still being dragged down by certain things. That just the vibration isn't lifting. Once you start acknowledging the ancestors and moving through that, one easy way is just to say, help me move through this emotion, name the emotion, and say, help me move through this emotion so it doesn't continue to get stored in your body. Um, and that's really healing. And once you get to a point where you heal some of those ancestral wounds, then I realized that you could also bring in the celebration of ancestors, meaning the ancestors that have crossed over are always cheering you on and rooting you on. Because once they leave the human plane and the human body, they no longer carry the karma that they were carrying, and they can see all their life and all their ancestors' lives, um, all the struggle and everything. They see that they don't feel that or carry that into the afterlife. So they are rooting you on and trying to steer you in directions to make your life easier. So once you start connecting to your ancestors and healing some of those ancestral wounds, you can start to hear their cheers and their cheerleading more in your life and bring that forth, because that's the energy that they want you to carry forward into the ancestral line. The healing energy that doesn't include the ego mind. And as humans, when we're on the earth plane, we can't not include the ego mind. It's just a part of us. It's our guiding system. Um, that's also another topic. But um, once you hear the ancestors cheer, it just propels you forward and raises your vibration, so you can keep healing all the layers below you, um, without storing it in your body any longer. So I hope this was helpful, and I just want, to people to remember that we're all unique and we all have a gift that we want to share into this world. And my wish for all is that we can stop dimming our light and become more fully human on this earth plane, um, bringing in more and more light, healing light, and supportive light instead of lack and struggle. Um, I think we have a lot of potential as humans, and we're just scratching the surface of our potential. So hopefully this was helpful. Peace and light. Thank you.